Hi, welcome to my channel. My name is Ashley and I'm here to talk about books. I am brand new to YouTube, to the Booktube community in general. I figured that the best place to start out would be a Booktube Newbie Tag. Also, if you see me looking in this direction, that's where my bookshelf is. With this being my very first time making a YouTube video, I kind of want to reference my bookshelf to make it a little easier on myself. So without further ado, let's jump into the video. I've always wanted to start a booktube channel, but I was kind of nervous about where to start and how to jump into it. So I'm thinking the Booktube Newbie Tag is probably a good place to start. This has been something that I've been considering for many years now, and I'm just now getting around to it. Whenever I finish a book and there is a strong opinion that I have about it or some questions that I feel like were unanswered, the first place that I want to go is YouTube. There are many booktube channels that I find a lot of comfort in watching. It's just one of those things that I really enjoy doing in my spare time. Just to name a few would be like Gabby Reads, Books and Lala, Haley Hughes, Ashley's Little Library. Those are like my main people that I like to watch, and I do branch out here and there. I just feel really inspired by the booktubers that I do watch to want to do something like this. It just seems like it would be a lot of fun. Something that is fun and unique is kind of like a hard question for me to answer because I feel like everyone can contribute something to the book community. Like everybody has their own opinions, their own things that they like to read. Aside from like my own personal opinion that I think I could contribute, I guess one thing that might be a little bit different about me is that I don't really purchase a lot of books anymore, unless they're ebooks, because I did get a Kindle for my birthday from my husband. So I do purchase ebooks. I used to have a very extensive collection of books, and then recently my husband and I decided that we wanted to get rid of most of our physical media since it's kind of just sitting here. So for the most part, my bookshelf, it just remains of like my trophy books, as some people would call it, or things that I knew I was going to get to or that I could see myself revisiting. I use the library a lot to check out books like through Libby and then going in person. So that's, I guess, kind of different. I wouldn't say that you can probably expect a lot of like book hauls from me. Some content that I may be interested in making would be things like reading vlogs, monthly wrap-ups, or maybe even just going to the library with me. I think that would be kind of fun. One of the things that I'm most excited for about having a booktube channel would be just building a community, that sense of having other people who have similar interests to you. I do have a few readers in, my real life, but there's not very many, and the connections that I've built with those people through reading, I love being able to recommend books to people, talk about books with people, doing buddy reads. That's something that I'm definitely looking forward to. Just having like more of a presence in the book community in general. Pretty similar to most readers is just that reading is a comfort hobby for me. It's something that I find a lot of coziness in. I love the feeling of like just waking up, making a cup of coffee and just sitting here on my couch reading a book in the morning. But reading also serves as a form of escapism, which I really do love, especially when my life can feel like it's a little bit too much or I'm getting overwhelmed with things. Just completely shut down from whatever it is that's stressing me out and focus in on what I'm reading, get to know the characters, really, feel out the world that I'm in. Reading a book and just flipping the pages and you just kind of lose track of time because you're so sucked in. I absolutely love that feeling. I'm not really a series reader. I feel like that's something that's pretty predominant in like the fantasy genre, and I'm not a fantasy reader either. But I will read some series sometimes if it's something that was really raved about, or if it's a limited series, maybe like not more than 3 books. I do see myself picking those up every once in a while. I am a completionist at heart, so picking something up knowing that I'm probably not going to finish it kind of just hurts my soul a little bit. So I do prefer reading standalones. One of my questions that I think I would ask my favorite booktubers would be, people on the internet can be kind of mean, and I want to know kind of like where you find the confidence to put yourself out there and to not let things get to you. That's something that definitely I feel like I could use some advice on going forward. That's something that's definitely held me back on this journey for a very long time, and why it's taking me so long to start up. And another question would be if you guys have any tips for like any editing software, anything that would make having a booktube channel easier. I'm also open to that type of advice. Kind of like I was saying, like the criticism that's on the internet, and looking past it, not letting things get to you. I think I'll be pretty much okay with that, but then there's still parts of me that I feel like it kind of can be discouraging for the future of my channel if I do have a hard time getting past that, and I know it's going to be there because obviously it's the internet. So yeah, that's one challenge that I do see for myself. I also do see myself possibly struggling with consistency down the road if things come up or if I have any significant life changes, like the struggle to continue to upload during those times. But I feel like from what I've seen with other YouTubers is that I can be able to tell in like a community post or something, hey, I'm taking a break right now, and I don't think it would really be an issue. I also am not really doing this in some hopes to get like monetized or this be a huge thing. I just really want the community and for this to be something fun for me to do. So I have to keep that in mind for sure. So I started reading when I was in grade school. That's when I really started to love reading. One of my favorite places in my school was the library because it was quiet. I was surrounded by books, the smell of books, that feeling of being in a library that I love. So yeah, that's when I first started reading, and I would read things like Goosebumps, Junie B. Jones, Cirque du Freak. And I know those could be kind of considered like series, but not really, because you don't have to finish it. Like you don't have to complete the entire series. You can pick up books here and there and still have an idea of what's going on. And as I moved forward in school and you kind of started reading things that were like chapter books and reading stuff for classes, I kind of fell out with my love of reading because I felt like it was something that was very forced on me. Like I had to do it for my classes. So I did fall out of it for a little while and I only read here and there. But then when everybody was locked inside, I had re-sparked my love for reading again, and that was through Booktube because I found videos on YouTube talking about books and I just started buying them and picking them up, and I was sucked right back in. And I think that was a really big turning point for me, was learning to read things that actually interest me and not feel like it's a chore, something that I have to force myself to do. If I read for fun, it's so much more enjoyable than feeling like I have to read this for this reason. My places that I like to read in my home would be like on my couch. As I said, I love to read in bed. I do work from home, so I have like a home office here, and I do have a day bed in my office. So during my breaks and stuff, I'll read there. I also love to wake up in the morning, make a cup of coffee, and like right now, because I live in Arizona, it's not so hot in the morning. So I do like to go, I have like some tables and chairs out here in the yard, and I'll go out there with my coffee and read a book and just let my dogs run around. I also will take a book anywhere with me if I know that I'm going to have time to read. Like if I'm going to an appointment or if there's going to be a waiting period anywhere. Sometimes I take one just in case I have a moment to read. But yeah, and then I also listen to audiobooks. So those I'll take with me anywhere. I'll do that while I'm driving, while I'm cleaning. I listen to them on a speaker when I'm in the shower. So I really do listen and read books anywhere. My favorite genres of books would be like thrillers, especially psychological thrillers. I love things that really just get into your head and make you think. So there's that. I do like horror. I do really love watching horror. I'm still on the search for horror books that I like that would actually scare me. I also really like reading romance. I don't like all romance. I'm very particular about what kinds. Like if it has a fantasy element to it, I kind of stray away. That's not really my thing. But if it's more of like a contemporary romance that's kind of set in reality or has like a magical element to it, you kind of have to put yourself in that situation and say, what would I do if this was me? What would I do in this situation, or if this was real? Those are the types of romances that I enjoy reading. All right, so there is the Booktube Newbie Tag. I look forward to what Booktube has in store for me in the future. I can't wait to get to know some of the people that are in the Booktube community and kind of just talk with you guys. I don't have a Goodreads, but I do have a Fable. That is my only form of book social media aside from, I guess, YouTube now. So I'll link my Fable down below, and if you follow me, I will follow you back. But yeah, thanks for watching. See you guys next time.